Quartermaine, can you hear me?
Robert, stop that, please.
But he might have relevant information.
He is not going to be saying anything for quite some time.
Pulse?
Weak.
Is he going to make it?
We'll do our best. Mark, give me a hand with his jacket.
Well, what did he say? Anything?
He's unconscious.
Good. That's in our favor.
Get back over there in case he starts talking.
No, I can't.
What do you mean? Why not?
I can't, Edward. With everything I know about that man, with all that's happened, I cannot go over and treat him like a patient.
Look, one of us should be close in case he starts talking about the papers.
I have just told you he is very badly hurt. He is not going to be saying anything for quite a while.
Well, at least get close enough that you can search the pockets. Who knows? He might have the papers with him. We can't afford to be in any more involved than we already are.
This is ridiculous. You're asking me to go over to that man, go through his pockets, treat him as a patient. That is not only illegal, it is unethical.
Wait. Now's our chance. Don't move a muscle. I'll handle this.
I'll take that.
This?
Yes, the coat. Police evidence.
Oh, yes, of course, Commissioner. I was just trying to be helpful.
Good, then please stay out of the way.
I don't mean to be rude, but you know, this is my house.
Which has been temporarily requisitioned at this point in time. Now, we'll give it back to you when we've finished. Oh, Jimmy Lee. 1 second.
Well, I was wondering how long it'd be before you got to me.
Did you say anything?
When?
When you found him. You couldn't have gotten him in here by yourself. He had to be conscious.
Just barely. He was too weak to say anything.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. He was hurt. He was real bad. He didn't say anything.
Where were you going?
I was just going to see if I had something I could dry off with.
Could you just hold on that a second? I'd like you to take one of my officers back to the spot that you found him and then retrace your steps. He may have dropped something.
Like what?
I'll know when I find it. Officer?
Yes, sir.
Could you take this gentleman back to the spot that he found the suspect and do a search of the area from there back to here? Do you reckon you can retrace your steps exactly?
Yeah, I don't think it'd be too much trouble.
Good, then you better go now before the rain gets too heavy.
Yes, sir.
Follow them.
Me?
Or would you rather I send Stella?
Father, it's raining out there.
Look, I don't care if it's snowing. I have to know if they find those papers. Now grab your coat and get out of there. And don't let them see you, above all things.
My coat's upstairs. I'll get it and go.
You think you were a little rough on him?
Yeah, it's the only language that boy understands.
Look, honey, why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch a ride later, huh? Come on.
Lee, they're not even going to let Scotty in the door.
I don't care. Can't help it. I'm worried. You know how he is. He gets something in his head and he can't get it out till he gets in more trouble.
Well, that's his business. Look, we were told to leave, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And I think we should hurry before there's another downpour. After all, he's a grown man. He can take care of himself, darling.
All right.
I was right. The bar's closed.
What are we going to do about Jimmy Lee?
He'd probably be tied up with the cops half the night. We better get out and see if that truck's going to start. She's awful stubborn when it rains.
What about the ambulance?
It's on its way, Dan, but I'm afraid it's going to be a while before it gets here in this kind of weather.
Well, there's no need for us to stick around.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Monica and Rick seem to have things under control, and I'd sure like to get out of here before the next deluge.
I'll get your coat.
Thank you.
Oh, you're leaving too, Alan?
Me? No. I'm just going out to check the road, see if they're flooded.
Edward, would you like a drink?
Why, do I look like I need one?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, you do.
Well, believe it or not, for this one moment, on this one evening, I want to remain stone cold sober.
Well, I could have Stella bring you some of her coffee, dear.
I said I wanted to be sober, not poisoned.
Oh, Lord, Edward, are you still complaining about that?
Well, it's just a habit. As a matter of fact, her coffee is improving lately. Instead of being lethal, it's just plain bad. Where is that boy?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Edward, really, your son is not a boy any longer.
Well, of course he isn't. It just makes me feel younger to call him that.
What a ridiculous theory.
Did I ask for your opinion, Lila?
I didn't know I had to have permission to give it, dear.
He's been gone almost half an hour.
Well, maybe he fell in a mud puddle and drowned.
Never mind, there he is. Okay, tell us.
It's really starting to come down out there.
I didn't ask for a weather report. Did they find anything?
Nothing.
Well, how close did you get? I mean, were you near enough to hear what they said?
A word or two, but I'll tell you, if Jimmy Lee knows something, he's not telling the police.
Oh, well, of course Jimmy Lee knows that. He knows everything. It's what he might have that worries me.
Well, the papers.
It is a possibility.
Yeah, well, it's unlikely. I mean, my guess is that they're still on Tolliver. Either that or he never brought them with him in the first place. Considering how valuable they are, I shouldn't think he'd want to be caught dead with them.
Oh, that's an interesting choice of words, Edward, considering what's happened.
Well, that's my biggest fear, that he's going to die before he can tell us where they are.
Wait a minute. He has no intention of telling us anything. Think, Edward. He killed to protect those... papers.
Do you both realize what that means?
Yeah. None of us did it.
Good heavens. All the fears and mistrust, all for nothing.
We all told the truth.
It's unbelievable. Nobody would believe it.
Definitely going down the Quartermaine memory book.
You mean to say that each of you actually suspected the other of doing this awful thing?
Sure we did. I mean, we all had motives. Actually, I think it's kind of a miracle that one of us didn't do it.
Well, that's terrible. I'm ashamed of all of you.
Oh, that is water under the bridge, Lila. The important thing is that we have to find those papers. Now, even though we're no longer considered guilty of murder, we still don't want this story to get out. That is, unless we want Cousin Herbert to get all the money.
Well, I'm out of suggestions. Tolliver's in Scorpio's custody, and we're not going to get anywhere near him.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if I make an attempt, Rick is going to be there. He's going to have to report to Scorpio everything I say.
Well, my hands are tied, too, especially after that coat incident.
Well, that just leaves...
You must be joking.
Scorpio likes her.
Even trusts her.
Tolliver even married her. Maybe the old boy still has some feelings for Lila.
Edward, dear, I wish you wouldn't talk about me as though I'm not here.
Darling, it's beginning to look like you are our last hope.
Lila, all you have to do is just insist that you have a moment alone with him.
The two of you together for your final goodbye.
Oh, I love it.
I don't care whether you love it. It's whether Scorpio loves it.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Lila, darling, it looks like you're going to have to start putting on your sweet little old lady act again. And ask.
Listen, if he dropped some, we would have found it.
We started down near the river. We worked tree line for a while and then fanned out through the bushes.
Mm-hmm. We even saw the footprints where he went across the mud to get to me.
Still, we couldn't find anything.
Nothing between the bushes and the house.
We retraced our steps exactly.
Through the bushes, up across the lawn, into the patio, nothing.
Maybe if we knew what you were looking for, I don't know.
When I find it.
You must have known something about this. Well, I knew something was going to happen, but I wasn't ready for anything this exciting. It's quite a husband you have there. Certainly full of surprises. He handles himself well, too. I like a man who gets things done his own way. He not only has the situation under control, he's under control. Oh, we are talking about Robert, aren't we? I'm sorry, who? You were talking about Robert? Why, yes, of course. But you must tell me more about Jimmy Lee. How does he fit into all this? You'll have to ask him yourself. I just might.
Where's that ambulance?
Still in deep water. They're sending another.
Great.
Is he going to be all right, Dr. Weber?
Lila, he's resting comfortably.
Robert, I know this is an unusual request, but could I have a word with him? It's been 40 years, you know, and I think a moment or two alone together, it would mean everything, and I think it would do us both some good.
Rick?
As long as she doesn't upset him.
Okay, love. 2 minutes. No more.
Thank you, Robert. Maggie, back to the living room, please.
Well, what in the hell are you doing here?
Oh, come on, Commissioner. You set somebody up. Certainly they're entitled to see the outcome.